So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return will stop right around the 25. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can drive as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
To throw on 3rd down. Lynn. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Here we go with Williams. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Jackson. It's caught here by Adams. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Jackson now. And that's complete to Adams. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Jackson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this one is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Throwing again. Lynn. Gonna throw right side here. Complete. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A huge play that time for the Rams. 55 yards. Back to throw. Lynn. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. And now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Looking to throw. Lynn. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end. Take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 3rd down. Lynn. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. On the ground, this is Williams. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Williams. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
third down. McFarland, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His fourth touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 17-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Check.
They'll start on the ground with Bush. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
A 7-yard loss brings up third down.
Check. Fresno.
To throw on third down. Lynn. This is brought in by Gibson. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brings up second and goal. After 1 yard.
Second down and goal. Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
Third and goal. This L.A. Rams defense will try to bow up once more. To throw is Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on third and goal. Let's see what they do on fourth and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on fourth and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Lynn. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the crossing route, complete. It's Moss. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy. They've got his man complete. The 40, the 30, 10, touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point safely through, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But listen, if there are going to be casualties at times, we're trying to win a game.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Lynn. Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense. And guys,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Let's get this.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
Jackson now. Going to throw again. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson looking deep for Adams. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive...
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bush. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
You got tight. You got tight right there.
From the gun, Lynn. That one caught by Gibson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st down, Lynn. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 52.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lynn. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver or tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down.
4 down, 4 down. Check.
Operating from the gun, Lynn. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Man open, it's lost complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. Throw left side complete. That's Gibson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Single receiver. Deuce, 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 deuce. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check 13. Check 13.
On 3rd and 2, Lynn. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. Tried the hard count, but to no avail.
Trying to do anything to get them to jump off sides and pick up a 1st down easily. Instead, it goes against them.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
They're on 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. 65.
Now it's Jackson. It's Williams on the catch. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Let's go. Check 56. Hey, check. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Mike, 55.
On 1st and 10, Lynn. His throw incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Lynn. His throw caught right around the 6. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Watch out.
Back to throw, Lynn. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Watch the run.
From the gun, Lynn. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Here's Jackson. The left side throw complete to Adams. And now look at him go. The 20. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 78 yards as the Bears push further out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Throwing on first down. Lynn. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership.
At the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Looking to throw. Lynn. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Baby, that's a baby shot.
Throwing again. Lynn. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The Rams on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and forever. Operating from the gun. Lynn. And the pressure gets to him again.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Bears on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They go play action now. Jackson, he's going to fire one deep up. He's got a man, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
To throw again on second down. Jackson, he's got it to Williams. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 40. They go play action here on first down. And an alley to run. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Play action. It's Jackson. And an alley to run. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 12-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the
there he goes, right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Throwing is Jackson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. That one broken up by David Long on the defensive end. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense got...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by David Long. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Watch twist. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
They'll go again with Bush. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
On first down, Lynn. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 41. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
His guys take over first and 10 at the 15-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case... style and a different flow.
So for Chicago, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Rams, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.